Berlin's got cold winters and hot summers, and there's nothing more refreshing than jumping into a lake on a hot summer's day. That's why we've come here to Plötzensee, a lake in the northern district of Wedding, very close to the center, where we are going to rent a boat now.
Which one?
I really like to come here in a lunch break or after work, and then I take a boat and try to get in the middle of the lake as fast as possible. And I really like this little lake. I feel like you have the public bath with a beach over there. And on a sunny day, you have lots of people jumping into the lakes from the trees at the side, swimming around, making noise on the boats. It's a real vivid and vibrant situation. But it's even good after work when no one's here, and then you can swim to the beach and you're the only one on the beach. Most people don't know Berlin has plenty of water and many, many lakes. Actually, only a couple of years ago, I started to understand that it was better to stay in Berlin in the summer to enjoy the lakes. You didn't really need to go to the Mediterranean or something, because we got beaches right here. So here we are right in front of Klärchens Ballhaus, an old ballroom and one of the nicest venues in Berlin Mitte. We have that lovely garden outside where you can sit and eat. And we see the facade has remained untouched in decades. That's how it has kept its charm. The thing about Klärchens Ballhaus is that it is a very democratic affair. There's all kinds of people, old, young, from the east, the west, hip, old-fashioned. Really everyone is going there. And it's good to go there at, say, 9 o'clock for dinner, wait, have a few drinks, and then see how the place fills up with people, with different people. The mood is changing with every hour. Get more and more packed, and everyone gets really enthusiastic around 1 o'clock, I think, or maybe drunk, but it's a good experience. It's very affordable. There's no selection according to what you wear. It's very positive, it's enthusiastic. People celebrate, and that's a typical Berlin feeling that would be hard to find in other German cities, I think.
Hello, I'm Gail Tufts. I'm an American entertainer, originally from New York, and for the last 19 years I've been living in Berlin. When I first came to Berlin, I was really surprised how green this city is. One expects Berlin to be dark and mysterious and dingy, but it's full of beautiful parks like this place. This is Schloss Charlottenburg, one of the beautiful castles that are here in the city. I like to come here, chill out, meet friends, and take a lovely walk. Hi, Jude. We'll do two, because we're in Europe.
Right.
How are you doing?
Very well, and you?
Oh, great. I'm always happy when I'm here. I was so surprised in Berlin because you think it's kind of, after the war, bombed out city, whatever. But it's over, I've read somewhere, it's like over 30% of the city is parks. And, as an ex-New Yorker, it's kind of, I just love as a woman, it can be 10 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter. You're walking through the park and you feel safe.
Completely safe. Completely.
garden's beautiful. Huh? I can't. They're so well kept.
Yeah.
Can you imagine in New York in Central Park, if you had a flower that was that pretty, somebody of course would take it and give it to somebody for their birthday. You know, it'd be gone.
Or they'd sell it.
I can't imagine who does the upkeep here. It's all so lovely. So now I've had my fresh air and exercise for the morning. It's time for a little lunch. So now we're in Berlin Mitte, which is the center of Berlin and used to be the former East Berlin. This was at one time the center of the Jewish community, a big Jewish neighborhood in Berlin. And it has lots of wonderful old little houses. You don't see a lot in the front on the street and the facades, but when you go back through the courtyards, there's a whole other world. And I'd like to take you now to my favorite New York delicatessen. It's called Barcomi's. Come on this way.
Oh, my darling, some
From the
sweets
boss,
for the
personally.
sweet.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
How are you doing? You are really the only delicatessen in Berlin, right?
You know,
I
I
mean,
think that,
American
you know,
delicatessen.
I'm the only American deli, yeah. I mean, I think that, you know, I do feel that Barcomi's really started a trend in Berlin, which goes back to, you know, homemade things and things that are really sensual.
Oh, well, I also felt it was a huge kind of political statement that you brought bagels back. And you do them by hand.
We do them all by hand. They're very traditional. We make the dough, we weigh out the dough, we roll the dough. This little like circle you see here, it's not a donut. It hasn't been like stamped out. You roll
That is
it
no
around.
donut.
That is no donut. Yeah, you roll it around your hand, and you know we're very traditional. And we're very respectful with it.
This whole neighborhood is very. It's kind of a symbol of the new Berlin, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I really think it is. I think, you know, at the time in '97 when I came here, it was really the borough in Berlin that everybody wanted to come to. There are a lot of galleries, there are a lot of restaurants, and it's just, you feel like there's always something cooking here.
There's also a huge amount of baby buggies here. You know, is this this is like children central. Is this a kid hangout here?
It's because, you know what, it really is. And it's also because Prenzlauer Berg is one of the boroughs that, you know, borders on Mitte, and that is the highest birth rate in Europe.
I think they have the highest birth rate in the world. You cannot walk 2 inches without tripping over a baby. Imagine, if you will, a circus tent located next to the White House, where you can eat and drink delicious things to your heart's content and watch a fantastic Broadway musical at the same time. That's the Tipi.
Sie glaubt, ich wäre aller Sünden ledig. Ach bitte, seid doch einem armen Mädchen gnädig. Drum, Freunde, Klappe halten, sagt nichts meiner Alten, sonst glaubt sie, mein Leben ist vertan. Sagt Trost dem Papa.
I'm with my dear friend Maren Kreumann, who is one of Germany's best actresses also, and is playing Fräulein Schneider here in the production of Cabaret. Maren, what's so special about playing Cabaret here in Berlin?
Well, of course, this is Berlin. It's a very special thing to play a part in a play which is about Berlin. Cabaret, of course, is about the scene of small cabarets, of gay places near Nollendorfplatz. And there is this tradition that started in during the 20s, the very liberal 20s. And I'm very much occupied with the time that there was, how it was then.
Yeah. So you've been here a long time. You experienced it while the wall was up, and of course after the wall has come down. How has Berlin changed for you?
Well,
or it stayed the same?
I always loved Berlin, even when there was the wall, because we sort of ignored the wall. It was funny to realize now that we simply ignored the wall.
Yeah.
But after the wall came down, of course, Berlin became so much richer. I mean, so many more people from other countries came. But I feel that sort of the bubbling character of Berlin now, that Berlin has now, is a bit like the character it has at the end of the 20s.
Well, thanks so much. Have a great show tonight. Thank you, Maren.
Thank you.
Toy, toy, toy. Break a leg.
We want to see your real cities. Send in your photo of your home city and we'll feature the best shots on our website and on BBC World News. To find out how to get involved, visit our website, bbc.com/thereal.
The Real Berlin, in association with Intercontinental Hotels and Resorts, with over 60 years' experience connecting our guests to what's truly unique.